Previously on New Crits on the Block.
I loathe to admit this, but it seems as though a lurk has managed to find his way around even our most impressive locks and devices. But what I'm most interested in is not what he steals or why he steals it. That's your business. What I want to know is how he does it. The next time he pilfers one of my safes, it will be he who's locked up. Lila, you see the door open and you see a guard collapse to the ground in front of you as Arlo drags in a guy who is attempting to pull his blade out from his hilt, much as he did to you. And the guy just goes limp and he collapses to the ground. Jake, I want you to play me a song on that guitar.
What?
If you look at Jake's screen,
is that not a guitar?
It looks it's his mirror stand.
Oh, it hell looks like a guitar.
It looks like that guitar. Is the
Don't move it.
What's it called?
The fret.
Not the fret, but the very top part.
The neck?
The top fret.
Well, the neck, and then the neck connects to the very top where all like the twisty things are. The tuners.
The tuner head.
Yeah.
What's the very top called?
The head.
You were in a
tuner.
band, Matt. What's that called?
He's looking it up right now because he doesn't know.
For what? The guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah, the very top part of a guitar.
The tuner's in the head. That's all I know.
Is it just called the head?
If it's something more specific, then I mean, it probably is, but it's the head or the tuners, I guess.
I guess it's just the head. Yeah, I just.
Is there something more specific? I bet there is.
Probably, but it's called. There's a part called the nut. That's hilarious. It's called the headstock.
Headstock.
Yeah, it's neck.
The capstan.
Nut.
Capstan? I've never heard of that.
No one.
Whoever made this guitar named it. They were horny as shit.
Why? Just because it said nut?
I just see head, neck, body.
Just body parts is horny.
Yeah, just
pegs on here.
Here's another one called. Another one called headstock. Yeah.
Sound hole.
Oh, come on, guys.
Yeah, dude, come on.
So wait, hold on. So wait. Using the. Wait a second. Hold on. So using the pegs, which are attached to the head, which run over the nut.
Ew.
Like,
Go on. See what I mean?
I just love that they're like, we're going to call things the capstan, the rusette, the sound hole. It's just like, guys, did we just
There's got to be like a French word for that we could use instead.
That's what I mean. Did we just give up halfway through?
Well, actually, when you think about it, it is actually there. It's all named after, because like literally it's the body connects to the neck, which goes to the head. So like the guitar is named to be like a human anatomy.
So where are the boobs at then?
Yeah, where are the boobs?
Where are the boobs at?
It's a guy.
Where's the butt?
It has a nut.
I think I'm going to say those are the frets.
Guys can have boobs.
Okay.
Those are the nipples, guys. Those are the nipples. They're not the boobs.
Oh wait, it might have been doing it wrong.
No, I want some sloppy natties on my guitar.
Sloppy, man.
So what is it what do you call it when you're slapping the bass?
Fucking slapping those natties.
The butt?
I don't know. When you're slapping
butt?
the bass, like I think the idea that the piano was the sexiest instrument has now maybe been debunked. I think it might be
That's
the guitar.
Not the sexiest instrument.
I heard somebody say that once.
Obviously.
Saxophone for sure.
It's a saxophone. What fool said that to you?
I think we had a debate about this once years ago, and somebody said the piano because you can have sex on it.
What?
This is something I heard once.
You could have sex
on any instrument.
Yeah, you can have sex on the saxophone. It won't be
good.
There's
enjoyable.
Instruments you can have sex with. Like,
yeah, and a saxophone too.
This one time in band camp,
you can blow into it.
Exactly.
This one time in band camp. Whatever happened to that? That was a thing for a while.
Do they still do band camps? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, but it was
I'm
it was
sure
the
they
whole.
do.
Do any of you remember that line from American
Yes.
Are you serious?
Okay.
Of course we remember that line.
Pie? Well, nobody said anything.
'Cause it's
so I
not
was
that
like,
funny.
wait,
Funny.
nope.
It wasn't
Well, I mean,
funny,
you
man.
just
That's
said
why.
a line from a movie.
You're like,
You have
guys,
to
remember
humor
that?
me.
No, we
Did
don't.
you
You
remember
said,
that?
do you remember that? And we said, yeah.
Some of what I give you guys is gold. Can you not just give me pretend like
know
you
about
like
that.
it? The
No.
ones that fall short.
No.
Most of them.
I think the movie quote is like dead.
That's what I get at. That's what I'm getting at is that like
They don't make movies like that anymore.
No.
Yeah, if they try to make American Pie nowadays, woo.
Ew.
Yeah.
that's true. I mean, that level of comedy.
The high
Well,
gross comedy.
I don't know if you call it level of comedy. That's style
Yeah.
of comedy.
Yeah.
It's a
Style
level.
of comedy.
There's just levels above
I mean,
it.
yeah, it is a level for sure.
I mean, it's a level. It's
Now,
just-
don't get me wrong. I love that movie. It was fantastic when it came out. I'm not bashing it here,
For the
But-
time.
but yeah, but it's a relic of a movie of a time gone by.
What is the most recent movie that came out that is just like that level of like embarrassing cringe where you're just like, God, this is so juvenile and like kind of offensive to everyone a little bit, or just like
Nowadays?
casually offensive to a but like we are just going to completely gloss over how this is, insulting to whatever group of people. Like I look back on some things like movies like The Water Boy. By the way, you might hear my kids yelling. They're outside playing with leaves because it is December 8th in California. So it's fall. So there's leaves in the backyard and it's 80 degrees out.
Is it that warm?
Probably. Mine says 61, but I don't believe
It's
that.
57 is what it says.
Bullshit. It's also I'm hot all the time, so I don't know temperatures. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what's the last movie that came out that was just
Cats.
Cats?
What?
Offensive
Right?
to everyone? But not in that humor that he's talking about, though. He's talking about like mean, like
Well, he's saying what's the one
Offensive
that came
humor.
out that was just so like, cringe and like, oh, so are we only talking about humor?
I
I'm
think
talking
the
about humor
was what
that's
we're
like
going
that's
with.
just
Yeah.
like when they
Ew.
made Tropic Thunder, where you're just like, oh, this is funny,
Thunder
but
was
like
great.
in hindsight, like a little offensive.
The movie was amazing.
It was amazing, but like Robert Downey Jr. did blackface, and everyone was like, yeah, okay. Like, good fucking luck doing that now.
Well, he didn't even want to do it. He was like, please don't make me.
Yeah.
And
You
yet
need to get
somehow he
permission.
pulled it off. And by today's standards, like you would just get yourself canceled immediately.
He
and,
wanted to do
you
that.
know, rightfully so. Like,
He was on Joe
Didn't they
Rogan
have-
talking about it. He wanted to do it.
I
Oh, I
don't,
thought he
Yeah, I
said he
remember that.
didn't
I
want to
don't
do it.
listen
He
to
felt
anything that
uncomfortable.
fucking Joe Rogan says.
Well, I'm not talking about something that Joe Rogan said. I'm just saying that Robert Downey Jr. was on Joe Rogan years ago talking
And he
about that
talked
movie.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the episode.
I've done a little bit of research here, and I'm a pretty good consensus pick is Jack and Jill, the Adam Sandler comedy.
That
Oh,
was pretty
that
bad.
was-
When did
was
that come
horrible.
out?
I never even
Yeah.
saw it, but
I've never
That-
seen it, but I know that
that
is
and The
considered one of the
Cobbler.
worst.
Yeah,
The cobbler?
yeah,
What
exactly.
the fuck is that?
What's the cobbler?
It's him as a shoemaker. I don't remember what the fucking basis is or what the movie was even about, but he's a shoemaker in New York, I think, or something like that. It might be. It might not be.
But
called
is
The
it
cobbler?
But is
It's
it like
But I think it is.
is he being
Is it
a comedy?
offensive and cringe?
I don't know. I honestly don't.
It's called The Cobbler. It came out in 2014.
Yeah, I don't even remember if I watched it. I don't remember seeing it.
This is a movie that got a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, ouch.
Oof.
Yeah.
It
Yeah, this
must
was
be
during-
Was it
hard.
offensive?
I think this one was just after Jack and Jill. And this was when he got his
It was,
like
yes,
contract with
Netflix.
Netflix. And I remember he was talking about it in an interview and he's like, yeah, I just wanted to make some like movies that were kind of off cuff. And he's like, yeah, those two didn't work very well. They were really bad, but
Adam
He enjoyed
Sandler
making-
has had quite a
I see Adam Sandler is like the same as Nicolas Cage, just in a different genre.
No.
Nick, no.
Really?
How?
No.
How? Because he just does some weird ass fucking the roles he takes.
Yeah, but
or does.
when Nick Cage does weird movies, they're usually good. I mean, the only one that was bad, right, is Ghost Rider. Is there anything else that he's done that's like, oh my God, why did
don't
you
you
do
dare
that?
talk about Ghost Rider that way.
Is there anything else bad that he's done?
Oh yeah,
he's done some weird stuff.
He's done a ton of movies.
Yeah,
I know he is, but like that's the only one that people like, oh my God, what are you doing?
there's other movies that he's been in that are bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
hold on.
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say 10% on.
The Wicker Man.
Yeah, I
The
wouldn't
Wicker Man.
say as bad as that.
The bees.
But I'm not talking about like the quality of movies they're outputting. I'm just talking about like the amount of like oddball movies that they're in.
Okay, so
Obviously, it's different for Adam Sandler because he
makes these
the
bad
movies. Yeah.
So here's
Whereas Nicolas Cage.
well, here's the weird
Yeah.
thing about Adam Sandler is that like he did a bunch of gold back in the era when you could do offensive, like kind of, you know,
Not all his movies were offensive.
well, just like he in The Waterboy, he played a person with like an intellectual disability, and then we all
I'm
laughed
not
like
saying
hell
that
at it. And then we look back and we're like,
one.
maybe not.
Mr. Deeds wasn't bad.
That character.
That's what brought it up. Yeah, I was like, okay.
I love this.
What's the one where he goes back to school?
Billy Madison.
Billy Madison.
Yeah, but so then
Come on.
he did some bad movies, but then he also did like all of the Hotel Transylvanias and stuff, and those were like really good. And of course, that's voice acting.
He didn't do that.
It's voice acting. Well,
Yeah.
it's a style of art. Yeah,
Yeah, he didn't make those.
As
though.
us,
The other ones
as
he
us
made.
making a podcast, I would like to say that voice acting is a style of art.
I agree.
But then, like, okay, so I'm trying to remember that one he made recently that was like really well received, and wasn't that Uncut Gems?
That was really good.
Yeah, it was up for Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking that he's going to be making Happy Gilmore 2.
Oh yeah, that's been out there.
And apparently he was in a movie called You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah. All right. Hey, by the way, remember how I lost all my files once because my internet, my Word document was being weird?
God damn it, Benjamin.
Did it just happen again?
No. What happened was an update went out for Windows and I could no longer use Word. So I had to download a different word processing program because they want me to pay a monthly subscription for Word. And I was like, fuck you. And then they were like, how are we doing? And I gave them a frowny face. And they're like, why? And I'm like, you know why.
I think you got him good.
You got him.
You know why.
I'm like, you know why.
You know why.
Nobody wants to pay a subscription for your shitty software that should come with Windows. Come on. Anyway, so I downloaded something else. And then right before we started recording, I leaned over to adjust my microphone and I accidentally, I guess, glanced my power button, which I've never done, but it happened, and turned off my computer and lost a small amount, like an hour's worth of stuff I was working on. I wrote all of this last night, and then this morning I woke up and like before we got started was like, I'm going to add a few things, and then it got deleted. Thankfully, I had just done it, so I was able to type it back in. But yeah, I've now lost my files twice. So
Hey,
You know
What was-
how you wouldn't have done that?
cloud saving.
there's nothing you can do.
No, yeah.
Absolutely.
There's
a thing
absolutely
that
nothing you
saves
can
it
do.
after every letter you type.
I've never heard
Everyone
of such a thing.
get in the Discord and tell Ben how great Google Docs is, and he should get on that hype.
Yeah.
Like you can have access to it anywhere, anytime.
Anywhere, any device. Don't have to worry about saving. It just saves.
When we last
Should
left
be-
off,
Oh boy.
There we go.
you got the Eye of Katar. You got past the security measures by Matt's character, Zinc, also known as Wilbur Expose, somehow just again critically succeeding a resistance role. I said I now see why Darmot hates you so much because he's just such a stink.
Is Darmont just you as a DM?
A little
you
bit,
just like
yeah.
actualize that feeling into
A little bit,
person?
yeah, a little bit.
Fair enough.
And Christie's character, Lila, tried to distract a guard upstairs by falling into his arms, but had a mixed success, which got him to walk away, but he put her in a holding cell. However,
both Arlo and Rufus snuck up behind them after listening to them argue about who would win in a fight, Spawn or Ghost Rider. I needed to find 2 superheroes that fell into the Duskval category, and they seemed the most... I Googled last night, who are some ghost-themed superheroes? And they were like, well, Ghost Rider. And I'm like, got it. And then somebody was like, Spawn? And I'm like, Spawn's not a ghost. And then that prompted that whole conversation. Anyway, you guys rolled 6s on that, knocked their asses out, and drug them into the room. Rufus, you said that you just pistol whipped the guy, so he's lying outside. Do you want to drag him into the room too?
Yes.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah. So I'm not going to make you roll or anything. You drag these 2 guards into the room. They're unconscious. You're there with Lila. Everyone's together. You're upstairs. You have the Eye of Katar. You got to find some way out. And Styx is there with you. And he looks at the 2 guards and he says, excellent job. It appears as though, as we were just informed by Lila and Arlo, the front door is maybe not the best way out. I can assure you, though, that this building does have a roof.
Okay, how do we get there?
Okay. I mean, every building has a roof. Doesn't mean you can get on it.
Yeah, that's kind of obvious. I don't know why you're so proud of yourself for
Do you
that.
mean that there's like roof access? Like a hatch? Or an escape, a fire escape?
Do you think we could like make
Is there
like
a skylight?
do you think we can make like a converter roof on a house?
What? So as you ask these
Converter roof?
perfectly reasonable
Converter roof?
questions
What
and
the
make
fuck is
these
that?
Yeah.
obvious statements, he stops and thinks and says, the roof is guarded. So's the front door. Actually, honestly, I don't think it makes much of a difference. The windows are all barred, no locks to be opened there, and no way out. Most of the building is underground. We either need to escape the way we came in, which they will be aware of, as we know someone is guarding that door, or we might be able to escape another way, i.e. the roof. I cannot tell you which is the best course of action.
Okay, well, we need to decide quick because we just knocked out 2 guys and some dude named Steve is going and reporting Lila right now. So, what are we doing? If we think we can hide the eye, I mean, we can go through.
Why
the
would we need to
front door.
hide it? It's perfect.
There is
you
a
look great.
very clear outline underneath
Yeah.
your leather
What?
jumpsuit of the eye.
Yeah,
Why don't you stuff it into my wig and it'll be hidden there?
Okay.
Just, right on the crown here. You just kind of
All right.
tuck it in there and
Yep.
I'll use a couple bobby pins and I'll
Yep. We'll zhuzh
Mask
it
it.
up. We'll zhuzh it up.
Okay, so
Perfect.
front door then.
I mean, if we can just like walk out the front door, yeah.
Cool.
There's
And then-
no reason why people need to suspect us of anything, right?
Real quick before we walk out, in case it doesn't go as planned, what is plan B? Just punch guy in his face and run? I mean, I don't. It's probably more complicated than that. But do we have
Like
a plan B?
if
If
I
we're
mean-
caught, yeah. I mean, is it? I guess it's wing it.
I mean, do we just run if we get caught? I mean,
We're out. I think we have to go up some stairs, so there's probably like another set of guards. But
Yeah, it's
If-
like a tunnel on the
how
way
many
out.
How many guards would you
well,
say?
wait. Why don't we
there-
just take the roof? Why don't we just circumvent
let's
all
just-
this?
just go to the roof?
Why not?
I mean,
and then
that's
if we're
fine.
caught, we will be searched and they won't find anything. So it'll be fine.
Well, I think if we're caught sneaking up in a restricted area, when
We're
there's
just going
this,
to the roof.
when we're just
Yeah,
going-
you're basically asking yourselves, do we want to know we're going to get searched and exit out the front door and try to like weasel our way out of it? Or are we going to sneak out the top and hope nobody sees us?
I just want to remind you,
There's
of some of
risk
the
either way.
incidences we've had prior. One person almost fell and knocked themselves out on a rope.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've sprained my ankle jumping off of a boat.
Yeah, heights are a problem.
Okay.
Heights are a problem.
Yeah. It's almost like that whole like fear of heights thing is a reasonable thing that people have.
Just throwing it out there. I mean, like the guy in the sky is saying, we got a known problem or an unknown, because we're going to have to. She got taken into a holding cell playing at damsel in distress without like 5 people sneaking through a restricted area. I don't think they're going to just search us at that point. I think you can get through, Zink. Like, if you want to dip through, holy shit, we could do that. We could leave through the front and you could dip through the roof with the item. But if you get caught, then it's kind of a bad situation, actually. You get caught by yourself. I don't know.
I mean, I don't think I'm going to get caught. I'm not worried about me getting caught. I'm a pretty sneaky guy. I don't know if you knew this about me.
I can definitely punch my way out, but I don't think that's what we want.
No.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah, as you're saying this, the guards that you have knocked out, one of them is like snoring, like mouth open, like drool and like blood coming out of his mouth. The other one is just twitching.
I don't
He's
know.
not
I'm not
dead,
the brains.
but he's like the one that got choked out is drooling. The one that got pistol whipped is like twitching. Like you wonder if you maybe hit something important in there on the way down. You don't know if you did that or the fall did it, but one of the two.
I'm not the smart one. I'll trust Zink, Lila, whatever option you think is the best. I'll follow you guys.
I think we go for the roof, right? It's the
Roof sounds fine.
All right, let's do that then.
Okay. Sticks.
Yes.
How do we get to the roof? And could you give me a... Okay. Fair enough. Do you know how many guards there? Like, am I going to have to knock out a lot of people? Am I going to have to like Rainbow Six Siege this or...
What is a rainbow?
I don't know.
There's no sun. So what the fuck is a rainbow?
It's a word I saw in a kid's book.
Yeah. We just have rain here. That's it. Usually it's acidic.
I cannot tell you for certain what kind of security measures might be in place, as it sounds as though security has been altered since I was last here.
Yeah.
Typically, people are not searched upon leaving. This is supposed to be a gentleman's club, not under usually this much scrutiny. I feel like someone knows something's up. Why or how, I don't know.
So the
But
front door's
yes.
probably not the best option.
We will definitely be under scrutiny. And I wasn't being entirely sarcastic. The roof is up. We need to find an access hatch and escape. I do know that there are access hatches to the roof. As part of my comings and goings, I have used them. I cannot tell you what kind of security they will be under. What I do know is somebody is going to come into this room in a minute looking for these guards and Lila,
I know.
and they are unconscious and we are here.
To the roof, I guess.
yes.
Well,
I will guide you. And he very quickly takes out like a quick piece of like parchment paper and just super quick like details a map of like where we are, like line. And he's like, this is the general route we'll need to take in order to make it to the room with the access hatch. Security, I cannot tell you. I advise that you lead the way.
You got that, Zink?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, just go up. Just find a way out. I got this.
Okay, so you guys work your way to the destination that he provided?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sounds like
All
it.
right. So as you leave, you don't hear anything yet. No alarms. Things are quiet. And you begin walking down the hallway and you make a left left and then a right and then a left. And you're walking by doors and you hear like mumblings on the other sides of doors. And at one point, like you see one of them open and you guys, stop. And then like there's talking inside, like somebody was about to leave. And then the door like shuts again. And you proceed a little further. And eventually, though, one of the doors does actually open and somebody comes out. And they don't see you yet, but you see them. And the reason why they don't see you is that they are pushing a cart. And on that cart is all of the brandy in the house that was ordered to be collected to be tested.
They're upstairs.
You see the guard. Yeah, you see the lady who had to go and get all of this stuff and then bring it downstairs. And she's like pushing, and she has all these like different like flasks and thimbles, and she's just trying to like, move this cart, and she doesn't want to spill anything. And so she seems like she's walking towards you. What do you guys do? Do you hide from her? Do you knock her out? Do you distract her?
I feel like I've done enough damage to this lady's ego.
Just her whole day.
Yeah.
All right. It's a hallway. There's not a lot you can do to like hide. I mean, there's doors. You could always like duck in one. Couldn't tell you what's on the other side. Literally, I couldn't. I have no idea.
Can you check the doors real quick? Or no, do we even have time for that? I don't know. I could just roll prowl
Well,
too.
you guys just decide what you do, and then your roll determines what.
I say we duck into a room. That's
Okay.
just-
Can we have what's the lead the group thing again?
There is an ability you can use called a group action. I said that with confidence, even though I don't know if that's true. Group actions. Each PC who's involved makes an action roll using the same action, and the team counts the single best result as the overall effort for everyone who rolled. However, the character leading the group action takes 1 stress for each PC that rolls a 1 to 3 as their best result. So basically, whoever has the lowest stress should probably lead the group action, because they're the ones who can theoretically suffer the most failure if in case people fail.
I have 4 stress.
That's not me.
I've got quite a bit.
I've got 6.
I've got 2, so
Okay.
That's you.
So if you
It's gonna
guys,
be me, I guess.
Thank you.
yeah, I will say that I'm not going to make you take stress for having Styx be with you. He'll just kind of pass when you guys pass. I'm not going to make you. I forced him along on this. I'm not going to make you get stressed out because he fails. So if you guys all want to roll the same action, you can use a group action, and Zinc can take the stress of leading it.
Prowl, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it doesn't have to
Yes.
be what he's good at. It just has to all be the same thing.
Oh,
However, you guys
Well-
are trying to hide, so prowl is the action you use for that.
Yeah, I was
that's the
like,
You could argue something else, but that's kind of it. Yeah.
No.
so do we roll? I'm rolling. I
Okay,
guess.
so we each roll.
Yep.
yeah.
I guess. Okay, I rolled a 6. A 6, a 5, and a 4. There we go. That's more my roll.
Well, I rolled a 2.
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
Arlo fails.
Oh,
Nice.
I got a 5 and a 6.
So you have
Okay.
0 dice in this. So you take the lowest result. So you actually only take a 5.
Oh,
But that's still really
Oh.
good for what you're doing. Okay,
Yeah.
success.
Was it? What? I'm sorry. What's the input value again? Risky standard.
It doesn't matter. Just because Matt already succeeded.
Ooh, 3.
2 failures,
failed too.
2 successes. So Zinc, I need you to take 2 stress.
Fuck.
It's equivalent of just pushing yourself
Thank you.
with no guarantee of passing. Group actions are not bad. Zinc leads the group action to hide. He quickly finds a door nearby that is unlocked. He doesn't even have to spend time unlocking it. He creaks it open, looks inside. Room's dark. Nobody's in there. You guys duck inside, and you hear the sound of a squeaky wheel going down the hallway. And it's quiet again.
Okay, we did it.
Just then, a monster comes out of the dark. No, this looks like this is like maybe a guest room or a bed chamber or something like that.
Is there a hatch in here?
It's a great question. No.
I figured.
This was not where you were told to go. There's no hatch in here. There's like a window and you look and you see that you can you're now high enough that you're actually looking outside, but you're like at ground level, which is weird because you've gone up a little bit. Because again, you went down, but then the building's up. But it's barred.
No. Okay.
It's like barred.
Worth a shot.
So you still need to make your way to the hatch.
Okay. Well, let me go back out and start following the route.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that we were given.
Yeah, I was going to make you role play out dealing with the brandy lady, but you just hid away from her. Problem solved. And so, again, you make it to the end of this map without any further issues. Except the issue you now have is when you get to that door, you don't know what's on the other side of it.
Does it got a keyhole?
It might not. It kind of comes down to what you do in order to determine what's inside. How do you determine what's inside?
I looked to Rufus. I'm like, Rufus, you got really
good
eyes.
survey.
you got good eyes, right?
It's always hard to try to find a way to describe this in game. You have a +6 to deception.
What do your survey eyes see?
You're good at looking. You're good at looking through holes.
Sure.
There's a hole. There's a hole right there at that door. You want to?
Let's see if that hole is visible to see through. Rufus, are you going to use an ability to try to figure out what's inside?
Yes.
Excellent.
I have a glass here you can use to put your ear up to the door if you need that. If that helps at all.
No, I have excellent ears. Thank you.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll whatever roll you're going to make. I think you probably would use what? Survey, right? I'm going to say that this is controlled because if you don't hear anything or see anything, then you just are right back to where you were. For standard effect, if you pass it, you'll be able to determine what's inside.
Fuck. 4, 2, 3.
It's not that bad. Success with a consequence. So the success is you do manage, you go to look inside the keyhole, you can't see through it. I always wondered how that worked in movies. Like, oh, you look through the keyhole. And I'm like, well, then what the fuck is inside? Like, what mechanism is inside? If there's nothing there, you can just see through it. I don't ever understood how that worked. You look down into the keyhole and you just can't see through the door. So, and you listen carefully and you don't hear anything. And you go to open the door and it makes the loudest creak. Just one of the, just like, and then you do that thing where you think like, maybe if I open it faster, it'll be quieter. And so you open it faster and then it's like, and you're like, shit. This is me trying to sneak out of my kid's room at night when they fall asleep. And I'm trying to like get downstairs to do the fucking dishes and vacuum and all this shit. And I'm just trying to get out of their room. And I'm like, I got to oil these hinges someday.
Mine was always when a joint cracked, like my knee popped or cracked, like trying to escape the room after putting Ollie down.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh, what? Where?
Where? Perfect impression of our son.
That's a good impression.
My favorite hiding I had to do when my daughter was like 1.5 or something, and I needed to go downstairs, get dressed, get ready for work. My mother would come over and then I would leave. But if my daughter knew that I was awake, she would wake up and not want me to leave, and it became this like issue. And so one time I was downstairs and I was like getting dressed, and all of a sudden I heard the door upstairs open and she was coming downstairs, and I was like I wasn't like fully dressed yet. Oh no, what was it? No, I'm sorry, I was using the bathroom and I heard the door upstairs open, and I heard her footsteps coming downstairs, and I'm quickly like, I have to like lock the door, like super quiet. Like, I don't want anyone to hear this locking. And I turn out the light. And as I stand up to turn out the light, I'm now standing there in the bathroom with my pants around my ankles after using the toilet in the dark, just totally quiet. And I hear the footsteps like, And she's like walking around, like looking for me. And then I hear the footsteps back upstairs and then back into the room. And then like the sound of her like getting into her crib. And I'm just standing there in the dark with my pants around my ankle, pre-wipe, thinking to myself,
Pre-wipe.
Wipe.
Okay.
Ew.
All right.
and I'm just thinking to myself, this is
Francis' note canceled.
and I'm just thinking to myself, this is what my fucking life has become.
Ew.
We didn't need
because
to.
if she's
Adding
aware,
literal color to his story here.
Ew.
I don't have to hide in my own house like that anymore. Now they're too smart. I can't get away from them. They just catch me. All right. So, you open the door and it's loud as shit, but there's nobody in there. So that's the issue is that you're pretty certain if somebody nearby was around, they probably would have heard that.
Okay. Well, we go. This is the room we wanted to.
This is the room you're supposed to go into. Yes.
Okay.
It looks
We
like
enter
a
the room.
storeroom. Yeah. You go inside and it kind of looks like a storeroom. And you go inside and now you're doing that thing where you're like, well, shit, do we shut the door behind us? It was loud.
Yes.
And-
No, we absolutely shut the door behind us.
Click. And you're just like, fuck, God. Unfortunately, and you think to yourself even afterwards, you're like, I have something that makes things quiet. I have like silence oil, but like you didn't know when you opened it. It was like, I didn't know that was gonna be loud. Too late. Shit, if only I would have fucking used that.
Silence oil.
Yeah, no, it's a
Silence oil.
Wasn't
No,
it
it's a
grease?
silence potion vial is what it's called. Zinc has one. It's a free item, but like you didn't know it was going to be that damn loud. It's just like, well, shit, if I had known that. And you're in there and you do see a ladder leading to a hatch that leads up out of the ceiling. You're inside a sparsely lit room. It's full of like crates and boxes and barrels. And you get the impression that like this is a storage room probably used by guards and staff and whatnot to get things in and out. And that's where you were at.
Okay. Is it locked, this hatch that we speak of?
You go up to open it. It doesn't appear to be locked, but it's stuck.
Hey everyone, it's your favorite player, Matt, and welcome to the first middle break of the year. The first 2025 middle break. That's exciting. There's only 52 of them. 53, 52 of them. I think that's how many weeks are normally in a year, right? Right? Anyways, so it's exciting that this is your one. This is your one that's the first. So enjoy it just like I know you've been enjoying the episode so far. Yes, perfect segue. And there's things you can do to help our podcast grow if you want to keep hearing more of our entertaining podcast. The first thing, subscribe, rate, and review to our podcast wherever you get our podcast from. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever podcatcher you use, there we are. Hit the subscribe button, download all our episodes, and leave a nice little review, 5-star review with a synopsis about why you like our podcast so other people might come across it and read it and think, I might enjoy this too. The other thing you could do is make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at New Crits and on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at New Crits on the Block. We're constantly posting. That's your best way to stay on top of all things New Crits. And honestly, the best thing you could do to help us there is repost that content. Put them on your stories, your feeds, tag people in them. We're only growing through word of mouth right now. So all those little things, I promise you, really do go a long way. And one of the ways we like to give back to all of you amazing fans out there is we have a Discord. Yes, it is a Discord for all things New Crits. But not all things New Crits. You can come in there and talk about the show, talk to the cast, talk to other fans, but you can also just come in there and hang and chill out. It's a safe, inclusive space that we have cultivated over the last couple of years. We're very happy with what we have turned it into. And if you're not a part of it, what the heck are you waiting for? Now you might be thinking, well, Matt, I want to help you with all these things, but how do I get to all the places that you just mentioned? Well, from our link tree, of course, linktr.ee/newgrowth on the block will get you to all the places that I just mentioned. And some places I didn't have time to mention, linktr.ee/newcrits on the block. It is your central hub for all things New Crits. All right, everyone, let's get you back into this week's The First of the Year's episode. We hope you are enjoying it so far. As you know, we come out with new episodes every single Monday. That ain't stopping anytime soon. So until then, I hope your year is going fantastic. Be safe out there. Be excellent to each other. We love you all. Bye-bye.
It's stuck. Do we have some of that silent oil?
But yeah, you do. I mean, you do. It's,
yeah, I got-
you do if
I
you
got
have
some.
the items and you use it.
Are you gonna take my silent oil?
Yeah. Does that make it silent if I kick this open? Or how does that work exactly?
It makes everything within a area silent. I think you're supposed to drink it and then you're silent for like an action, but you put it on something
Oh.
and makes it silent. Whatever.
Are you stealing my silent oil?
Oh, I wouldn't say stealing it.
Borrowing.
What would you say?
Using it?
Borrowing permanently.
Like you benefit from this.
Yeah, I know, but I was thinking about saving
Let
this
him
for
use
something
it.
like cool. I don't want to use
What are you?
it. No,
okay,
here it's
I'm sorry,
no.
Zink. What would
No.
you like to do?
No, this is fine. I'm just saying. I got this. I found this thing. And I was like, oh, this is a cool thing. And then all I've been thinking about is all the cool ways that I could use it. And let me tell you, this ain't one of them. This ain't cool.
To make an escape after you stole something of high value from a gentleman's club of repute.
Yeah, very well said.
I think the embarrassing thing is that I think Zink already
That was
used the
very well
silence
said.
oil, and that's why his leather is not squeaky.
I did not use the silence oil. And I'm gonna reach in and pull it out. Squeak.
Yeah, when you
Here,
when you
take it, use
uncork it, normally it makes that like noise of a cork coming out of a bottle. Doesn't make any noise at all.
That's actually not satisfying at all. It's actually disappointing.
Just use it. Please just don't mess it up. That's all I ask.
How do I not mess it up?
How do you not mess it up?
Yeah, do I pour it on my hands and then wipe it on? Do I put it on a rag?
You do whatever the
Do I
fuck you want
splash
to.
it? Do I just holy water
Yeah.
it?
Whatever you do, don't drink it. Just
Be
if
like
you don't
Margera,
drink it.
whatever the fuck you want. And then you jump off a skyscraper into the street.
Do we hear any foot?
Dark.
Nope.
Who?
What? I didn't even hear what Matt said.
No, nothing. No, nothing. Go ahead.
Don't listen to him.
I didn't
It's
get the
literally
reference.
nonsense. I'm just talking about my favorite bard, Bam Margera. It's no big deal. He just always made apes so mad.
So when
It's kind of Bill Clinton a little bit too. I just
Kinda.
realized.
so Arlo, when you went to go open this door, you got the impression
I'm
that
gonna mic-
it's not locked, but it's a hatch that has to swing open, and it feels like something's on top of it. But you get the impression you're a strong guy. You could probably muscle it open. It would probably make a lot of noise.
Do we hear any footsteps above us?
How do you determine that?
Are you good, Matt?
He's still going, guys.
I know.
Still going.
If you want to, hey, I'm fine taking a second. If you want to get out,
He needs a minute.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just imagining Bam Margera talking like Bill Clinton with his little thumb. But you know what I mean? Like, I did not make ape so mad ever in my life. I did not. What was his dad's Phil?
Phil.
Right? Phil.
Phil.
Oh my God.
Are you talking about the skateboard guy?
Yes, Bam
skateboard guy.
Margera.
Yeah. I watched his TV show, but
Yes, that's what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
that is okay. That's a little bit. I didn't know who you were talking about at first.
Yes, Bam Margera. Okay, yes. So Ben,
I'm very
Jake brings up
sweaty.
a great question. Do we? Oh,
We know. Oh my God.
What?
look at his pits, Jake.
What the
Got
fuck, dude?
I can't see it.
Are you okay?
Can't see it?
I'm just hot all the time. Okay.
Maybe
This computer
maybe-
produces a lot of heat, and I have to shut this room down so that I don't hear my kids outside. So it's just fucking sweltering in here. Okay.
Maybe wear a
Yeah,
t-shirt.
wear like a t-shirt.
It doesn't matter.
No,
I'll
no.
sweat no matter what.
Why are you
At least
gonna
this is
button down?
Must look
because
good
it was
for
the first
us.
thing I grabbed. I'm getting dehydrated.
What'd you say? I think Matt
Fucking
said I
Ben
had to
crashing out on us. I
Drink
did.
some
You had a
water.
great question. You had a great question. Can we hear footsteps above us?
How would you determine
Yeah.
that you do that?
my
What
ears?
action,
Using our ears. What do you mean, dude?
action
Yeah,
would
what?
you use?
I'm using
Ear
my sound
action.
holes.
Rufus, you said you had good ears a moment ago. Can you use them?
What? Sure. How do you want me to?
What do your tracker ears.
What do you want me to use
Rufus,
my
give
ears
me
for?
another.
Before it used to be the elven ears. Now
Assuming that you're going to use survey again, give me
Yes.
another survey roll. This
drug
time
addict
it's
ears?
risky because you feel like somebody heard that creaking door and you're thinking like, somebody might be coming. I don't know. Like, how much time do I have? Risky standard.
Standard. Boop. 5, 3, 2.
Success with a consequence. The success is that you can hear people up there. Like, you hear people moving around. The consequence is you also hear footsteps coming down the hall to investigate that creaky door.
okay.
So you are aware of the fact that somebody is coming into this room, or at least coming by this room, and you're aware there's somebody behind you. You're kind of wedged in here. You got to make a choice. What are you guys going to do?
I'm gonna look at it. I'm gonna bust through this hatch. You guys, we're gonna run up. I need a few seconds. I have climbing gear. I just need to tie off something, and then we rappel down from wherever we're at.
Okay.
Okay.
Break.
All right, go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Just be waiting down here. Good luck. You did it.
Arlo.
Wait, do I blast through door or softly push through door? Blast through door. We don't have time. Okay. I'm gonna go up the ladder and I'm gonna push the door. With the weight on it, do you think I would have to like push myself to get this door open? Or
You don't have to. I mean, you can use a skill to open it, and what you roll is how good you do.
I'm gonna do skirmish.
Skirmish.
Assault or hold a position. I'm assaulting the position that is the hatch.
I mean, if you use
I like
skirmish,
it.
I'm going to give you a limited effect. It is a physical skill, but you're not trying to be quiet. So the question is how quickly you open it. You could use something that's maybe a bit better for like fit. I'm trying to see here.
Okay, I'll use wreck. That's
Yeah,
fine.
wreck is like to do something with physical force to an object is what it literally says. I'll give you standard effect with that. You can always push yourself, and then you can really get
Would
good
someone be able
numbers.
to spare stress and aid me? No? Okay.
I'm going to need my stresses for later.
How many stress do you have, Christy?
Aid only takes one stress.
I have 6.
Yeah,
Eight only takes
many?
You
one.
have 6?
Sorry, Christy, how many?
I have 6.
So do I.
So do I.
So do I.
Okay, well, I'll just push myself and I'll also be at 6.
Great idea.
Well, I only have 1 point in wreck.
It's not a bad idea to end a score with 6 stress because then you can't overindulge. Okay, so you push yourself with wreck. So now I'm going to go ahead and say that you have this is a risky action because you don't know exactly. Well, no, you know someone's over there.
I'm also gonna do not to be trifled with during this.
Yeah, and if
when I
you
push
push
myself-
yourself, you just kind of automatically use that.
Yeah. So I have feat of physical force that verges on the superhuman. So I'm just trying to like fucking.
Yeah, you might ragdoll whatever's on top of this thing and throw it off the building. You are a very strong man when you do this. So yeah, you go ahead and roll and we'll say what happens.
Position.
So I'm sorry. So this is going to be, I'm going to say it was going to be desperate, but because you are doing this with using all these extra abilities, I'm now going to say it's standard. Controlled. It is risky because you know somebody's up there, but you're doing it with such extreme force that maybe that might catch them off guard. I don't know. And it's going to be for standard effect. Now, if you want to, you can flip those two. You can say desperate for great. So it's either risky standard or desperate great.
I'm gonna do desperate great.
Okay. So take a point into your prowess and just wing that fucking door open. And you can take an extra point because you're pushing yourself in wreck.
Well, I rolled a 3 and a 1.
So that is a failure. So here's what I'm going to say happens.
Yeah.
You used a feat that lets you have superhuman strength.
Yeah.
You open it. You hurt your shoulder. It's a very weird angle. You're trying to be on a ladder and like push something open and out. So you're like swinging your arm. And although you're a very strong man, you're trying to like one-handed push open something with what you're now realizing is like a crate on top of it. And you tweak your shoulder. Please give yourself a level 1 harm called Wretched Shoulder. I can just write that in for you.
I'm like wondering if I resist, but I only have 3 stress. So this would take me out of the heist, right?
It could, and you really don't know what's going to happen next.
What do you guys think? Any thoughts here?
I don't know.
I don't know, buddy.
Well, so all
Level 1 harm.
I mean, I think you just
take it.
get hurt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to just
Because
take
if you
the
get,
hit.
you could get out of the score with 1 roll. If you like
True.
try to resist it and roll poorly, you could be done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll take the harm.
Okay.
And it's like a 50-50 chance.
Oh wait,
too. It's not.
I can't
like,
use. Okay, yeah, never mind. I can't use armor against that. That would make sense. Okay.
I'm not going to let you do armor against that. No,
No, you're fine. You're fine. That makes sense.
Yeah, but you might need that armor because what happens is you swing that thing open. And when you do, at that moment, you hear the door below you creak open loudly as it tends to make loud noises as people come into the room below. And as you swing the hatch open on the roof, you make a shit ton of noise. And everybody up there also turns and looks at you guys. And all fucking hell breaks loose.
How many are there up there?
You quickly look up there and you see that there is 1 person on the roof above you. And when you quickly glance around, you see that there are people on other roofs in the distance. They appear to have rifles.
Okay. Well, I climb up onto the roof.
As part of all that, we'll say you can get up there. The failures that you got hurt, but you swing that thing open and jumped up there and was like, shit.
Is everyone else up at like?
Everyone needs to decide what they're going to do. Are they going to climb up? Are they going to fight the people downstairs? What's the deal? Everyone just kind of start taking turns. We got to get you guys out of here. There's no official initiative in this game. Somebody say something.
I don't really fight, so I don't know what to do here.
Rufus, help.
Well, I mean, yeah. I guess what do? They just turn. You said turn, and then all hell breaks loose, like yelling and.
Yeah, everyone starts yelling, alarm, alarm, turners. All the people with the rifles off in the distance proceed to whip them off their backs and start to like load them. The guy who's nearby is reaching for his pistol out of his pocket. The 2 guards.
I quickly glance around at the guy that's, looks like he's going to take the least amount of time to shoot, and I am going to shoot that man.
Yeah, as that door starts opening, there is a guy on the other side of it opening that door. You don't know who it is. You just know someone's opening that creaky door, and you shoot at the door. Give me a roll.
Wait, is he shooting at the door or the guy on the roof?
No, there's like
you're
downstairs. A guy drawn.
Right, there's he's up on the roof, but there's the door opening downstairs where you guys are. None of you have gotten upstairs yet. You're still all downstairs.
So, all right, sorry, we peeked our head up and then it said alarm, but we're all still.
Arlo is the one who threw the hatch open and got upstairs. You guys are all downstairs. You got to get upstairs now.
I yelled to Rufus to get up here. So I think that was
yeah. But there's also the door opening downstairs that leads into the room you guys are in. There's basically a downstairs room and an upstairs roof, and there's people converging on both sides coming inside.
Well, I don't want to go back that way. So.
I would I would go up. I wouldn't address the door because I don't know who's coming through that door.
Yeah, you might be blasting a servant. Okay.
I'm not doing that. I would just assume everyone else could hear that door opening.
Oh yeah, no, you're all aware of it. It's you see it opening as this is all happening.
Go up the ladder and I shoot the first guy, like one hand on the ladder and like gun out, ready to fuck somebody up.
Awesome. Give me whatever roll you're going to use.
Okay.
This is desperate for great effect because you're shooting a man with a gun.
642.
Rufus, you grab the ladder and like one-handed pull yourself up as you're reaching into your holster, and you pull out your pistol and you stick it right up towards the guy who is yelled alarm and is pulling his pistol out of his pocket holster, and you blast this guy just dead through the neck. Because you're aiming like up and at him, and it's like in his neck and like through the bottom of his skull and out the back of his head. Blood and gray matter, kind of a mist of it just explodes out the back of him, and he collapses to the ground backwards in a spectacular display of violence and gore. He dead.
Nice.
You're up on the roof now. We'll say you pull yourself up while you're at it. If you wish to, you can say that you do that. You got 2 people on the roof, and the 3 other ones are downstairs, and the door is opening. And as that door opens, you see it is another guard. It's not a servant. And he heard the gunshot, and now he's pulling out his pistol.
Can we block the door before he does that, or do we not get that action?
I mean, if you guys were to roll really good, you could say you charge at the door and slam it on him.
Zinc? Other guy?
Is that what you?
Other guy.
Is that what we're gonna try to do?
I think we should, right?
Okay, yeah. Let's
I was
run
gonna
at it and
shut
try
the
to, like,
hatch on
slam
him.
it shut.
Well,
Unless you
I
think we
yeah,
should get
it's-
up there, but
You guys got to get up there, but if you start climbing up the ladder and you don't do anything about him, he might
Yeah,
shoot
we-
you.
Yeah,
so.
he's gonna shoot.
No,
us.
Can we
Yeah.
try to- 'cause
So
I
we're
have
gonna try
a-
to do that.
I have a cane sword. I want to try to jam the door so that he can't open it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, give me a roll and tell me what you're doing, what action you're using, and depending upon how you roll, I'll dictate what happens.
Sway?
No. You will have limited effect with desperate
no.
consequences if you try to sway a door shut in a fight.
Shit.
But imagine if it worked though. man.
Imagine
I know,
what if
right?
she rolled 2 6s, which she. I mean, the door would have to
I
shut.
guess finesse?
Oh, yeah, give you finesse.
Is like
yeah, you can try to
handling
like
things?
Yeah, you can try to
Yeah.
like get it in there and wedge it shut
Yeah.
in time.
Okay.
That's at least
And you
not
said I can
completely
help?
ridiculous.
Can you help?
Yeah,
Can he help?
as
Should I
long
get
as he has,
help with
as
it?
long as he has a stress to spare, he can always assist.
Stress to use
Oh,
at
how
this
much
point.
stress am I sparing?
One
Do you have
one
stress?
stress to assist.
Okay, well, it's okay. We have to get this door shut. So yes, I'm
Okay.
assisting. Wait,
Position?
what's your finesse, Christy?
I only have one.
How about you hand the sword to me and I go do it because I have a better
Okay.
finesse.
You got it. Here you go.
Okay.
And I hand it to you and I'll help.
That's how you helped.
Yes.
You gave him the sword. Take one stress,
Yes,
Christy.
okay.
Matt, roll your finesse. This is desperate for standard effect. +1 die.
Oh, +1. Shoot, sorry. I got a 6. Oh no, sorry. Let me roll one more. One more incoming. One more incoming.
One more.
One more.
There we go.
sorry.
It's 5.
Hey, there we go. I rolled a 5, a 4, and a 2.
Okay, success with a consequence. The success is that you guys both run towards the door and throw your full weight behind it. Neither one of you is a big burly person, but the two of you combined is more than this guard was expecting. You slam your bodies into the door and you take the sword cane and you stick it in the door to hold it shut. And you now know that you have successfully wedged this door shut.
Okay.
Okay,
Go,
let's
go,
go.
And then you hear
go.
a gun
And up,
cock
up.
from the other side of the door.
Up.
And the consequence is that he starts shooting through the door at
He
you.
sharts.
He sharts.
He sharts
through the
really
door.
shit.
He starts shooting through the door at you guys.
That's more of a consequence for him than
multiple-
for us.
Yeah, multiple gunshots go through this door. And Zinc, because you were the one actually rolling the action, I'm going to have you take the harm. You take a level 1 harm called shrapnel.
After rolling a 5?
That is the consequence.
He's rude.
Huh.
Yeah, I get a hurt shoulder. You get shot.
Yeah, but you rolled a 3.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I rolled a fucking 5.
Yeah, but I have to do something to you. I can make... okay, fine. Rufus takes a level 2 harm called Torn Rotator
No.
Cuff.
No.
Not Rufus.
Well, that was
sorry.
me.
Arlo.
What did I do?
No, I'm going to give...
What do I do for that?
where the fuck are you? Here you are. I'm just going to, underneath a level 1 harm, I'm just going to write shrapnel. I'm going to write wood shrapnel.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not shot with a gun, but as the bullet passes through the door, all the wood and shit like embeds in you. So you take a level 1 harm called wood shrapnel. But that door is
Okay.
locked shut, And you figure that eventually they could probably break it down or blow the hinges off, but it's going to take some time. And this gives you all the opportunity to escape out of the roof. I'm not going to make you roll to get up there now because there's no immediate threat in this room. Do you all wish to get to the roof?
Yes.
Yes.
Everyone goes to the roof. You're all on the roof now. There is a guard dead after Rufus blew his brains out. And there are the other guards on the roofs who are now cocking their rifles and pointing them at you. How the hell do you get out of here? You're about a story or two up.
I'm pulling out climbing gear off my back. Who can tie a good knot?
As this happens, bells start ringing in the distance. Dang, 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 dang. And you see the guards from the front entrance start to back out and away from the front entrance so they can now see on top of the roof. And they're also pointing their pistols up there. They don't have a very good shot, though.
I passed the roll of tape as I throw one end down the house. I hand the other end to Zinc.
Tie me off. All right. What actions do you guys use to affix climbing gear to escape?
Shit. I don't think I can command it or skirmish it into. Or you talking about just getting down, or
this is just using the items.
You're using the item, but you're trying to based upon how you affix this item and climb down, it's all one thing. So how do you guys get down using this climbing gear? What action do you use to do it? Are you
prowl for me?
Okay. So everyone's going to have to roll something.
Quiet.
So everyone pick the action you're going to take or lead a group action and get down however you're going to get down. And based upon your rolls, I'll decide what happens. So either
can anyone
separate
afford
rolls
a
or group action.
Can what?
I just got shot by helping someone, so I'm good.
Hey, what?
How many stress do you
That
have?
helped us.
I would like to remind you that you also helped yourself.
You're fine.
Because had he shot you with a gun at close range, well, we saw what happened when Rufus did that to someone.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, get us out of here. Help us.
Climb
Zinc?
down. Zinc helps enough. Because I got to take multiple stress if you all fail.
You take 3 stress at max.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
If you all fail, yeah.
3 stress and I'm out of the score.
Yeah, I have 2 left, so I can.
Okay, I assist. I help.
Okay, so you need a group
you.
action?
Yes, I lead a group
What-
action.
Skill are you all rolling? You all have to roll the same skill. So which one is that going to be?
Which one are we all best at, gang?
I have 1 in
Jeez.
We're
prowl.
not good at the same thing at all. I have no prowl.
I got one little tick in prowl.
Yeah.
How are we looking at finesse?
0 for
Finesse,
me.
I have 1.
Finesse, I just have 1.
So one of us.
That's
so
what I
then,
mean.
So then prowl. It's gonna be prowl.
It's gotta be prowl.
Yeah, Matt wants to at least be the one to roll a good die.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
This is desperate. Everyone gets the tick experience for a desperate action, for a group
Oh,
action.
thank God.
And it has standard effect. If you guys succeed, you will get off the building without being shot by rifles.
Can I push myself individually, or is that not a thing? Stacked like that?
I don't know. You'd have to take a stress to do it. So you have to take 2 stress to do it. So you might be costing yourselves
So
cumulatively
it's when he
5
leads
stress.
the group, he only takes stresses when we fail.
Correct.
Does he take an automatic stress for doing it, or just if we fail?
Nope. Only if you fail.
He doesn't take
Only
a
if you
stress for
fail.
me this time.
Yay.
I
Okay.
got 4 left. you're
Zinc,
fine.
so let's do this. Zinc rolls a 5. Success.
Yes.
Okay.
Jacob's character, Arlo, rolls a 6. Sorry, I said Jacob because that's what it says on your roll 20.
Yeah.
No stress. So far, worst you're going to do to him. Lilo fails miserably and rolls.
I really
There
hate
we
climbing,
go.
guys. It's not my thing.
There we go.
I
There's
told
one
you,
stress.
ropes. I explained this earlier.
So let me tell you this,
I'm
Brian.
sorry.
If you fail, you give Zinc 1 stress. If you succeed and you push yourself, you give yourself 2 stress. So, cumulatively,
And you can still fail.
just roll
and
it.
then
you can push yourself and still fail. And then it's a cold cumulative 3 stress.
Yeah, you might as well just roll it.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. Okay.
Yay.
There it
5.
is.
You got a. Say it for the group.
What?
Say it for the group.
Say
What'd
the
you get?
number.
5.
There you go. I get in trouble when I
No
say
one
your
else
guys'
can
numbers,
see.
but if you don't speak, then I'm going to have to. Yeah, so unfortunately, Lila failed miserably, as she always does anytime there is any climbing.
Hey.
So here's what we're going to say is you guys take this climbing gear, you like grappling hook it, like, and you chuck it and it hits another building down. You create like a perfect zip line. And you all just like, go, 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 go. And you just like zip line down this thing. And right before Lila's about to go down, her stupid fucking wig gets tangled in like the zip line.
God damn it.
Stupid fucking wig.
But Zinc quickly untangles it, rips it off, whatever. And you are able to proceed down the zip line as
That's my
these
best
guys
wig.
are
Fucking stressing my ass out.
very last bit that happens right before the last of you gets to the ground, including Styx, who is in tow. One of them notices that, hey, just blow the rope out of the sky and they'll all fall to their deaths. Easy solution. The guy aims at the rope. He fires it, blows the rope off. Thankfully, though, you guys are already close enough to the ground that you don't take any serious damage. And meanwhile, all of the guys from up in the building come pouring out of the roof. They run over to the zip line, which has now been blown away. They can't get down easily. You're the only guys on the ground. You do see those other guards who are coming out the front of the building, but Styx looks at all of you and says, "We should split up," and everybody scatters. Congratulations, you have completed your score.